T-T-B. Read it, podcast.
Oh, yeah, we're on the festive. Are we doing it?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
A mere week to go before Christmas.
Oh.
And the traditional Christmas podcast.
It's the Christmas podcast.
And this Christmas podcast has Christmas music.
Oh.
And you know
Joy
how
to
much
the world.
you know how much we love that. So we have William Shatner, Shatner Claus, and Indgrid Michaelson, songs for the season. And to balance those two off at the end, we also have Behemoth, I Love You at Your Darkest. But I think we should start with the more festive offerings, I think.
Yeah, I think we should. It's Christmas. Ching ching. Hey.
Yes, cheers.
Here he comes.
Merry
Hey.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Be provided by our finest local establishment,
Oh, hello, Adrian.
Park Fever. Not that he listens, but you know.
No, well, you know.
Who cares? So I think that because the pain of at least one of these records, should we deal with them both at the same time?
No.
Do you have a lot to say about it, Bill?
I do. No. I think this. I know we've done in the past. We've sort of taken all the Christmas ones and bunched them together because usually they're so much of a meh-ness.
Okay, I will be fair to you. It's not as if there isn't things you can say about it.
I think there's more to this particular selection. So why don't we kick off with Shatner Claus?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. They were doing it.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I think Bill's fourth album.
It's fourth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say if you're familiar with any of the previous three, you are kind of prepared for what you get with his attempt at a Christmas album.
My only familiarity with the works of William Shatner in music, quote unquote, are the various pop culture references that there have been over the last 50 years to his ability to the spoken word.
Yeah. Yes. But let's be honest, it's when you look at the featuring and people he's bizarrely pulled into this record, and there are some impressive names on here. Not Ping.
Yeah. Get your pings in.
But also Henry Rollins, Ian Anderson, Jethro Tull, Rick Wakeman, Elliot Easton, The Cars, Billy Gibbons, ZZ Top, Iggy Pop, Judy Collins. You know, there are quite bizarrely lots of famous people that want to sign up to record with the great William Shatner. Yeah. So, Pete, my question is why?
Novelty. All their own Christmas album ideas fell flat and they thought, yeah, do you know what, that sounds like a good laugh, we'll do that.
Yeah. I'm prepared to go for that.
I think of that. Do you know what? Honestly, this album is not as bad as I thought it would be going in.
Okay, but I want to ask you one question.
Yeah.
Did you at any point successfully listen from the start of this album to the end of this album?
Twice.
In one go?
Twice.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've listened to the whole album more than once, but I've never made it from the start to the end without stopping.
Start to finish. Now,
my hat is doffed.
Thank you. My pre-Christmas run-in has been a little manic to say the least. So maybe it was a good accompaniment to building the spare furniture that we will need to host everyone, etc., etc. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was through the IKEA sweats. I couldn't actually make it across to the stereo to switch it off, but nevertheless, I have managed this twice.
IKEA sweats. From Paco Rabanne.
Yeah, exactly. IKEA sweat. Eau de people. So, I mean, if so, and the other point I was going to make is from the plethora of Christmas albums by singular artists that we have reviewed on this podcast over the years, nine years, this one has to be one of the most different in that actually
it is certainly unique in many ways. Yes.
I'm sort of taking my tongue firmly out of cheek at the moment. It's very it very much does William Shatner. Makes no sense. Look, it is its own thing. It is yet another version of Little Drummer Boy and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but actually it's done Shatner-esque, so it's like we haven't heard it before.
No, but so Little Drummer Boy.
Yeah.
He manages to speak that out of time.
I know. A rum pom pom pom, and you've got the vocalist in the background going a rum pom pom pom.
I mean, the whole song is off the beat. Totally. I mean, the rest of it, he's at least speaking kind of on beat into the tune of the song. That one is just thinking, you know what? I've recorded my version of this. You try and fit it in the music. If you can't, then who cares?
This is my version. You guys, exactly. So, highlights. I liked the Rollins version of Jingle Bells. Both versions. The album opener. And the punk rock version. I was trying to kind of hear the distinguish between. I think there's more Rollins in the second one, obviously.
There is slightly more Rollins in the second one.
But actually, I thought that set off the album quite well. Winter Wonderland. It took me a moment to remember that your favourite Ping was on there.
But see, he did well. He managed not to be noticeable.
Not prominent. He's there.
It's like he's played the guitar. Okay,
I did a track with Shatner. I mean, he's there. He's got the ticket, but he's managed to save his credibility. Rick Wakeman's version of "O Come Emmanuel."
Yeah,
that was quite Wakeman-esque.
Except for the woman singing that doesn't get mentioned.
Yeah, exactly.
I noticed that thing. I looked online today, thinking, there seems to be quite a prominent woman singing on this song that clearly isn't Rick Wakeman or William Shatner.
And final one from me, Feliz Navidad. I like that. That's all right.
Feliz Navidad. Yeah. I'll also add into that, obviously, it wasn't like before Christmas because that is essentially a spoken word piece anyway. So
just him reading the story.
So even William can't totally mess that up.
Something off CBeebies with a backing track.
I think you've said it all. It is a unique record, I think.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
You know. For aficionados of Mr. Shatner only, I would have thought mainly.
And here's
I know. I put it on in our household when we put it in the tree up, and I was just to turn it off after a couple of tracks.
I mean, what I was going to say before that comment, I was going to say, unusually for us, I'm about to say the following: this might win over new fans.
So, moving on to
if you can ever move on from that,
Indgrid Michaelson and Songs for the Season, a more, shall we say, traditional approach to the classics, and so in that sense, something along the lines that we've certainly done before, such big string arrangement kind of thing of. So not trying to do kind of update versions, definitely trying to go back to that kind of 50s kind of vibe. And I found it okay. That's my answer. It's a. I mean, I like Indgrid Michaelson, and I like her voice, and I think most of the arrangements are perfectly good, and it's a kind of really it's a pleasant record. Interestingly, the track that most stood out for me that I kind of went, oh, I really like that, is actually the song "Happy Happy Christmas," the song 6, the one that is the song that she wrote, the only new track, if you like, on the thing, which I really liked. Could have done without Auld Lang Syne, most times, to be honest. And it was a pleasant listen, but as again members of my household said, it's quite nice, but the Casey Musgraves album doing similar stuff last year or the year before did it better. It's like,
fair comment.
But outside of that, it's for what it is, and as you mentioned, we've done quite a lot of these. Yeah, it's all right.
Maybe I was lacking. Maybe I've been lacking something in the Christmas spirit, and I've just been clutching at straws. I quite like this. I thought the versions of the classics, whilst obviously harking back to the 50s, there were some really warm interpretations of these songs. And again, what differs it from the likes of all the others we've reviewed over time is that it just felt like it was bringing something new to the versions that she was covering. And actually, you'll hate me for saying this, I actually liked Auld Lang Syne. I liked White Christmas.
I think White Christmas is good, and what I like about White Christmas is obviously White Christmas is often a song that's either male, female, or two blokes singing. And on this, it's her and Christina Perry singing. And I like that as well. The two female voices.
Very much so. And even the version of All I Want for Christmas Is You, a song that on the one half is a guilty pleasure and the other half makes me want to pull my teeth out. If anyone ever attempts to cover it, I actually quite enjoyed that as well.
Yeah, I thought it was right.
Anyway, so and actually, and I've written down "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas" too. I think that's just a message to you, Scott.
Shucks.
Shucks. So I actually thought, whilst very classic, I just thought it gave it a bit of a nod. Yes, all right, not as good as the Casey Musgrave album, for example, which I think, and
Bublé, of course.
Bublé. No, I was thinking of Zooey Deschanel.
Oh,
She and Him, and
yes,
the stuff that they were doing a couple of years ago as well. So yeah, maybe not quite there, but yeah, not far off. This is an album I could listen to again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not in January. That'd be daft.
Well, no. You've got another week, so
yeah.
Okay, so it's changing tone slightly. So for those people who are feeling slightly less Santa and more rearranged letters, Satan! We have the return of Behemoth with I Love You at Your Darkest, 11th studio album from the Polish metal band, who we first discovered on this podcast 4 years ago, I think, when their last album, The Satanist, came out. An album that swiftly turned us into aficionados of both the black metal genre, and we decided almost instantaneously that they were, without doubt, our favourite Polish death metal band.
Death metal band, yeah.
Because, yeah.
Because there's so many to pick from.
Yeah.
There probably is.
Someone will write in.
Yeah.
They won't. Anyway, a band that clearly nail their Jesus to their cross.
Oh.
So, do you want to go?
No, I'm going to follow that pun. Yeah, hang on, where's me note? This is the last album of the year, actually, reviewing.
It is.
Get me notes right this time. Trying to remember now what I first liked about this band. We reviewed them last time. I think it's the and then it reminded me of the opening track, the opening few tracks actually. The sort of the multi-layered vocals, the signature drumming / drum machine / hitting something very hard repeatedly.
Yes, drums played by I can't remember the names of the band. I'd written them down somewhere, but I've clearly lost that name.
It's got that sort of old Ministry sound to it. I thought it's particularly the opening couple of tracks, and you got the children's choir as well.
Jesus Christ, I shall not forgive.
Yes, shouting in broken English. It's just an absolute opening assault on your ears. But actually, what reminded me the point I'm going to, what reminded me of why we like this band was actually that once you've got through the assault on your ears and your senses, the lyrics
are really funny. Sorry, actually, but they are really funny.
The lyrics, not only are they discernible, they are actually quite amusing. Yes, It is an enjoyable record.
Well, actually, the discernible thing is because let's not mess about, kids. This is an album where the lead singer goes, but despite doing that, you can actually understand what he's actually saying.
Yeah,
which is odd.
Which is odd. So I think that's
in this genre.
That's what makes it really quite unusual and quite enjoyable, is that you can actually discern what's going on through through the noise, and that gives you a great appreciation of the art.
Yeah, I surprisingly like this. Really.
So I like this. Yes.
Yeah, it's just, first listen, like I went, it's kind of lost the kind of charm they had in their last album. And like I thought, is charm the right word to use for Behemoth and their kind of lyrics and kind of musical thing? I'm thinking, maybe not.
Yeah.
I was thinking, And then thankfully I had the other two albums to listen to, particularly the Shatner album, which meant that I was quite happy to jump back into Behemoth quite quickly. And on second listen, I suddenly found myself going, oh, actually... yeah. Okay, now I get it. Yeah, that's that nice riffy bit. There's the kind of children. There's the kind of thing, and then, as you said, there's the quite funny lyrics. And also, when it gets to there's a period of the album. I should say it's only 46 minutes long, so it's also good length. Tracks 4 to 6, so Ecclesia Diabolica Catholica. Into Bartzabel particularly, and then if the crucifixion was not enough. Those three tracks, really, really good. Yeah, really like those tracks, particularly Bartzabel. I just Bartzabel. It's a really good,
Yeah.
Turn it into a really good pop song.
Yeah.
In a
different way. In a different
kind
way.
of
Yeah.
universe. So I got to the end of it, and I thought, you know what? Still my favourite Polish death metal band.
Yeah.
Long live Behemoth.
Yeah.
So that's your choices, people. If you want to buy someone a Christmas CD, Shatner Claus, Songs of the Season by Michaelson,
or Behemoth.
Yeah. I love you with your darkest.
Brilliant.
Which do you think would go down best on Christmas morning?
Depends.
Depends how many people you want to clear out
Depends
your
how many
house.
people you want to clear out of the room that you're in, just so you can get some peace and quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because for that, either Behemoth or Shatner will do that.
Yeah.
So you need to play safe with Indgrid, I think.
Yeah, I think Indgrid wins out for festive feelings. And we got through that entire review without making one Star Trek reference. Beam me up!
Scotty.